from the Czech Republic. Just a little indication that he's got new balls, one in his pocket, the other in his left hand.
Love. pt9. Let for service.
Very well done there. Good racket control by Djokovic. Not known for his hands, but gotten better at net. His feel has improved, and this is that's a pretty good move right there. Barami would be proud.
I saw Songa do something very similar on court 3 yesterday, with a bit more of a flourish. He never known he underplays anything Songa. Djokovic much more understated. Oh, hefty change of direction from the serve.
30 on.
Well, like Clay as well, it's tough to get back once you've gotten that head of steam moving one way. Even with that extra grip they allow the players to put on their soles, their sneakers. That's a great ball. Forehand is so lethal. Both sides.
40,
Remember, Borg
30.
was the first guy, those dimples. We were slipping and sliding around. We're like, where can we find some of these? Set point. Djokovic.
And he needs one of them.
I would suspect that almost all players would benefit from staying away from certain foods.
Pizza and beer, yeah. Well, he's off them, and he's as fit as a fiddle these days.
And you're not the only one. A lot of players wondering how much that helped him.
15 love.
What difference did that make? Certainly appears to have been a fairly significant part of the overall improvement of Novak Djokovic.
Check on the run. There's nothing at the end
30 love.
It strikes me as well that it's just another indication of the army that players travel around with these days, that he would have a nutritionist to have worked that out for him. It's not just about the trainer, the coach.
Well, considering his parents used to have a pizza and pancake restaurant. Kamikaze now, Stepanek.
30, 15.
What other choices does he have? Mishit volley, but works because he went to the open court.
$40-15.
Just imagining a sign back home above the restaurant: eat at Serjan's, providing you're not a top flight athlete. You know, whatever, it's made a real difference to Djokovic. Stepanek needed some help.
Game. Djokovic. Djokovic leads 2 games.
It's a long, long way back now.
Set.
Djokovic within touching distance of the second week here at Wimbledon.
Yes, well in control on centre court, and we'll keep you up to date with it, but we are going to...
But boy, who would have ever predicted the run he's been on since then? He topped that off with his Davis Cup win for the first time, helping the Serbs win.
15 love.
He points to that as well, but I remember calling that match and him just looking toast, done.
Was down on his knees to get that back in play.
Absolutely. His will is caught up with his athletic ability.
Yeah.
That was what's been so amazingly impressive. I mean, look at this. I mean, that is just so beautiful. I've seen him as a teenager where he'd be in there stretching. The guy is incredible. He's like Gumby. He's so flexible.
Yeah. Well, as you say, he is now scarily good.
He's really just having fun at this point. Unfortunately, it's at Stepanek's expense.
30.
Maybe there's some boys in the locker room secretly enjoying this demolition right now. Oh boy, that almost went in.
He is a very good skier,
30.
and that will help the flexibility. He's one of the few players on the circuit who has it written into his contract, or rather he doesn't, that he's not allowed to ski. He doesn't go for all that. It's the way he relaxes, goes back home to the mountains in Serbia.
Seems somewhat risky.
Here's a break point for a 5-love lead for Djokovic. And he's not so much sprinting towards the 4th round as being jet propelled. It is an astonishing conclusion to this match.
Deuce.
This is one set that he doesn't want to string him along. He's perfectly happy to beat him 6-0. And this is once again where pride, this man, this 33-year-old from the Czech Republic, just to get on the board. The ball by him. Andy Murray, similar fashion. That's why I'm sure Lendl is saying, look, you got to be more aggressive off your return at 6'3", that wingspan, the timing. Similar to this man that we've been watching.
First service.
I had Roger Federer talking at the French Open about the quality of the returner serve of David Ferrer, and I think in his mind he's up there as well, but on all courts it's hard to look beyond Djokovic. We're reaching a point in the match where you're starting to feel sympathy for Stepanek. Such is the quality of the brilliance off the racket of Djokovic.
David Ferrer, by the way, is an incredible
Advantage,
return.
Djokovic.
When you talk about a class act, that's a guy 5'9", you know, a welterweight playing against heavyweights, and doing an incredibly good job. Maybe a middleweight.
Deuce.
And the return game against Andy Murray at the French was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Advantage, Stepanek.
You know, hope he wins this game so he can put those arms up and get that round of applause that we'll see from these fans.
It's a pleasure that Djokovic isn't inclined to give him at the moment.
Deuce.
I was thinking as well the effect that the semi-final at the Australian Open and then the final would have had on future opponents, and the fact that they saw Djokovic going the best part of 5 hours against Murray and 6 hours incredibly against Nadal. They know how far he can run, how far they would have to go to keep up with him.
Advantage, Stepanek.
That's why they'd be happy to play him on this court. Maybe not quite as physically debilitating. A little bit more give on the body. A little easier to end points more quickly.
Deuce.
So Novak Djokovic looking like he is heading towards the fourth round. Hope I haven't jinxed that for him. Djokovic has a 2-1 lead and a 4-love lead against Radek Stepanek. That match is on BBC One, so we're going to leave it there. If you want to continue to watch that, go